Hi, this is Sasha from theautismhelper.com, and this is a product preview of my Parts of Speech Mix-Up adapted book series. So I made an adapted book series for each part of speech. I made one for nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and pronouns. And after I made all of those, I loved them, but I wanted to make sure I had a component that incorporated discrimination. So even though you bought all those other books, or you got the bundle, you got all of those other books, and we are working on nouns and adverbs and adjectives, we want to still work on those together. So we want to work on adjectives and adverbs at the same time, discriminate between prepositions and pronouns. The key is that our kids can not only know what these concepts are, but discriminate between them. So this book really ties everything together, especially after you've taught all of these skills. This ties everything in so nicely. So there's 4 different books included in this series. It's a zip drive file, so you can download each one separately or print all right away, whatever you'd prefer. So 4 different books. Every book includes visual directions of how to set up, and every book includes this visual anchor chart. Each part of speech series includes its own anchor chart as well, or the visual kind of instructional page. These would work great as anchor charts, and I love the idea of using this page and having it as a reference sheets in your students' binders or by their desk, something like that. So this goes through all 6 parts of speech and what each one is and what the purpose is. So this book has a variety of sentences, and on each missing piece, there is a color clue included, but it tells you what part of speech to add. So it's kind of a little bit like Mad Libs. So add an adjective and a noun, add a pronoun and a verb, add a noun and a preposition. So we'll add the word bat, slept in the cave. So I wanted to I wanted to make sure to include a variety of sentence structures. So like this one isn't the traditional noun, verb, adjective type sentence. This one is verb, pronoun, and then the rest of the sentence. So help me cut the bushes. So thinking about language that we use on an everyday basis. So for this one, you'll just put the Velcro in the corner so you don't cover up the word, and students will add in the correct parts of speech. So there's a ton of different options included and a storage page. The next book incorporates also a little bit of color coding and having to identify each part of speech. So the color cue isn't going to give them the answer, but they're going to match the blue word and the yellow word for each sentence and identify what part of speech it is. So this one would be adverb and pronoun. This one would be adverb and noun, verb and pronoun. So they'll go through and for each highlighted blue or highlighted yellow word, identify what part of speech it is. So here's all of the parts of speech options and the storage page. So the last one was selecting the words. This one's selecting the parts of speech. This next book looks at selecting from a large group all of the nouns. This is a great skill to look through a huge set of words and really just sort out each part of speech. Sort out the verbs, the adjectives, the adverbs, pronouns, prepositions, finding all 4 for each one. And then this last book is in kind of a multiple choice setup, and for each page has 3 different words, and students will move over the star and select the correct parts of speech. And these answer options move around every time. There's no visuals included in here, so this is a great assessment. I love the idea of giving this book as a test even, and seeing if students can correctly identify all of these words as the appropriate part of speech. So this was a product preview of my Parts of Speech Mix-Up adapted book series, also included in the bundle with all the other ones by theautismhelper.com.